So why did you join Vistage?
Derek contacted me. I really hadn't heard of Vistage before, and so I sat with him, and you explained to me how it worked, and it seemed like a perfect fit for me because, I have 60 employees, 60 plus another 14 and another, kind of a big group, and I really didn't have anyone to talk to or really discuss things with, because you can't talk to your employees really on certain things. You can't talk to your competition on certain things. So there was really no one to run things past or to really discuss this with. And so this sounded like a perfect solution for me, and it was.
Okay. Do you have one really memorable moment in your Vistage experience you'd like to share?
This is probably a weird one, but yeah, when, and I don't even remember the exact moment, but I was in a predominantly all-male group, and it really surprised me when a very sensitive subject came up, and there was just a lot of tears, and actually it almost made me cry. But it really surprised me that people that run large companies, sometimes hundreds of people, have that much sensitivity and concern for the employees of the company. And it wasn't just about numbers and production and things like that. It was surprising. I'm that way, and it was just nice to know that a lot of the other companies were run the same way.
So it's not all business?
It's not all business. That's the ultimate goal, but it's a big picture, and this was a really great place to explore, all the different corners of a business.
Okay, great, thank you. Vistage is about being better, becoming a better leader, better decisions, better results. What are the 2 or 3 results that have meant the most to you during your membership for you?
Well, probably helped me, it did help me to pass other jobs on to people in my company, especially by having some key advisors, to be able to pass some things on that I felt I had to do. And it was nice to get advice from other people to let it go, and so I did, and it was great. Also trying to bring my son into the business, who'd been in the business a long time, and how to really work on growing him more in the business than I think I was really allowing him to do or even thought about it. So that was really, really important to, take some of the things that I was still holding on to, learning how to let them go.
Okay, great. What hesitancy did you originally have when you first contemplated joining the group?
That's easy. I have a real estate company. I don't have a product. Well, I do have products to sell, but we don't manufacture them. We kind of are, we have clients, we have to go find the product, and, so we have multifaceted business that involves a lot of things other than a typical product. And so I didn't think that my expertise probably would really help other members in the group. But I think over time it probably did. There's some commonalities that were surprising to me. And so I think they helped me greatly. And I think there was probably some input that I was surprised that I had that they were glad to have.
What does it mean, lonely at the top?
When you have issues and you have problems, or you even have big decisions to make, there's really, the only other person that you really could make that discussion with would be your spouse, because if you're not financially responsible, you're not going to make a decision the same as the person that's your money. And there is no one else you can talk to, that really will make a decision based on that. And so by having a group of peers that are in the same position as you, really makes a difference, because those decisions are not going to be made the same by someone who may be someone you know, or your competition, or one of your employees. They're not going to look at it the same. They don't have the same risk involved. So having people in the group really made it a big difference.
Would you say that Vistage saved you time in any other facets of your life by making more efficient, smarter decisions that the group recommended?
It probably helped me to have a little more time to do the things that I love doing. I'm still not sleeping enough. You didn't get there, Derek.
You couldn't get you straight. No.
However, yeah, it did allow me more time because I was learning how to, take certain things that I was handling and give them to people that really did a better job with them, and allowed me more time.
What did you like best about the membership? Did you like issue processing, the speakers, host reviews, Tiger teams, retreats, webinars? What did you like best?
Everything. I'm sorry, I'm not a webinar girl, but I loved processing the issues, even though I had nothing to do with them, and they might not even have been the same sort of thing that would affect me, but just seeing the process was fantastic, and the results. I love the camaraderie. I liked everything about it. I really did. And I love the getting together once a year, and I love the one-on-ones. I loved all of it, except I really didn't take time so I can't say I didn't like webinars. I'm not into webinars. But other than that, 100% everything else was fabulous.
In regards to your Vistage experience, how are you different today than when you joined as a founder in 2008? How are you different from your experience?
I'm more directed. One of the issues was how to eventually turn the business over to my son. And we talked a lot about it, but actually this helped us to actually put a plan in place that we have been working on, which we probably never would have gotten to had I not been in the Vistage group. We also had our very first family. We have a family business. We have several family businesses. We have 3 children, and we had our first family meeting that Derek ran. I had to shut up and let him ask questions, and it was really interesting because that's the first time. We get together with our family all the time, but it was not on an official sit down with real specific questions, and it was really eye-opening. It was fantastic. We would have never done that, so it was great.
So if somebody were to walk in and ask you, hey, I'm thinking about Vistage, should I or shouldn't I? What would you tell them to have a successful time with Vistage?
Well, first I'd have to ask a few questions, to see you're going to get out of it what you put in. The major success stories that I really saw in Vistage were ones where the people really brought issues, let them be worked, were open to the suggestions. So it's a real give and take, and if you're not willing to do that, it's probably not the right business or the right group. If that's what you're looking for, it's probably nothing better.
Great.